Hi everyone in West End. My name is Anna and I'm saying hi from the Philippines. I'm here in my balcony of our apartment, and this is just overlooking Manila, which is pretty much on a standstill until April 15. Everyone is not allowed out unless you're getting groceries or you're going out for essential medical needs or you're delivering food or you're one of the frontliners. And everyone gets, one person in the household gets a quarantine pass to be able to go out. And for those who can work at home, they're working at home. And so this season is really a pause for us. It's a sela, it's a time to pause, and globally, we are all on the same boat. I wanted to share a quote that I wrote in my journal a while ago, and it's from Mother Teresa. She says, "The trees, the flowers, the plants grow in silence. The stars, the sun, the moon move in silence. Silence gives us a new perspective." And so this time of great global pause, I know that for some it's intense, it's a shift, it's lockdown, it's also comes with a pause in some other things, a pause in employment and just anxiety and worries, and some who are restricted, who have urgent medical needs, and those who are far from their families and loved ones. So it's not necessarily a good feeling for everyone, and it's not always a restful place for everyone. But there is also a different perspective. So what I tell our team is that these next 30 days we could look back on it and it could be the best 30 days of our life, or it could be one of the worst 30 days of our life. And so let's try to make this the best 30 days of our life. Some of the things that I read online today was actually some people in history who have done amazing things in their quarantine times, like Isaac Newton, and he came up with the theory of gravity during the bubonic plague. And then there's William Shakespeare, who wrote some of his work, during quarantine time. So there are some things that come out and are birthed through the season of lockdown, of isolation. I remember in 2008, I was actually in Pennsylvania at that time, and I also lost my job, and I was one of the ones who were laid off from a job that I liked. And it was a good time. It was also both. It was mixed emotions, good and bad time. My first time ever being laid off. But it was that season actually that propelled me to the next seasons of my life. During that season of layoff, I actually took a YOM English teaching class. And so right after that training, I got another job, and then I started really feeling the need to teach English to some of my friends who were refugees and coming to Lancaster for the first time. And some of you might know them, or maybe some of you are online, my Nepali friends and family, who I was able to drive around during my season of no work, and we just formed a friendship and a love for each other. And West End, actually, that's when I came to West End, who they really came around and helped in making English classes for the community there, our Nepali friends. So that's one thing that came out of that. Another thing was that I was able to use what I learned during my season of layoff teaching English, I was able to use that here on the streets in the Philippines. And so when a lot of things shifted when we were first here in the Philippines as missionaries, I just taught English on the streets, um, basic English, and with what I learned from my training in YWAM, and it developed into a foundation, which is now Nehemiah Foundation, and which then became a residential home as well, for boys who are coming from the streets. And so, what I'm trying to say is that there's good in this season, and it's just how we look at it, and more importantly, how do we steward this season of Selah? How we steward this season will be critical in propelling us for what's next. So how we steward today will depend on what will happen tomorrow. And so I'm just encouraging everyone to steward this season. What is God saying in your pause, in this season, and how do we steward it to the best that we can? So everyone, that's my 2 cents, and see everyone online. Have a good day. Bye.